The German exchange program was amazing. St. Charles, Missouri and Ludwigsburg, Germany are sister cities, which is super tight. I like that.
They pretty much take 15-ish kids from Germany and they give them an opportunity to come to our school and experience what our learning is like, while then we switched, went to Germany for that 2 weeks with our 15 kids and experienced what it was like over there.
It was cool because I wasn't exactly through Orchard Farm. I got to go with my other friends from like St. Charles West that were also there, so it's cool to see everybody over there. I love to travel. Traveling is like one of the things I definitely want to do in the future. I was actually considering taking a gap year after high school just to travel.
Traveling, and I wanted to meet new people so I could actually like share culture. Instead of just going somewhere and staying in a hotel, like going somewhere and actually staying with them was just a huge cultural experience that I liked a lot.
I've always been really interested in traveling. I have like a travel bug and no one else in my family has it, so it's just me. But as soon as I heard about the German exchange program, I was like, this is it, this is my time.
I hosted a student for 2 weeks, her name is Yana. She was so nice, she's like one of my great friends now, we keep in touch all the time.
To be honest, that might have been my favorite part of the whole entire thing, having Elizabeth Schneider, that was her name. She came over and stayed at my house for, I believe it was 3 weeks in October, and it was so amazing. She was like my sister. I call her my sister.
I hosted Marvin Bruckner, and around here we went to, well, he saw the Arch, the zoo, we went to Main Street, we went to the St. Louis and showed him like a lot of cool food places. He said he liked the food a lot. He liked the restaurants a lot.
It was interesting because I remember texting her and I was like, oh, what do you want to do in America? Just as a conversation piece, and she's like, oh, I want to go to In-N-Out Burger. And I'm like, we don't have those here, sorry. The one thing that you want to do, we don't have. She actually just really liked the small things, like all the trucks that we have here. She was so like mesmerized, she's like, oh, the cars are so big. And I'm like, yeah, I know, it's kind of normal here. We did a lot of like traditional American stuff. I tried to squeeze in as much as we could. We did a bunch of activities. She seemed to like it a lot.
She really liked school buses, which was really funny to me because I don't think they're anything special like the kids here. We just, you know, get on them. But she doesn't have them in Germany, and it was really funny. She really liked that. Like, she talked about it all the time. And I think she also liked Elephant Rock a lot. We took her up there, and she said that was really cool.
I remember on the flight over, I was sitting next to one of my really good friends, Ben Stofke, and like we were just like so hyped up the entire flight. Like we were like, oh, let's sleep. We're like, we don't want to sleep. Like we're about to be in Germany. Are you kidding?
I think I was over the moon with excitement. I was just so excited, and this was my first European adventure, hopefully my first of many, but it was amazing and I was so excited. I had a countdown. I started at like 200 days before we even left, and I would check it all the time.
Just a little nervous, but mostly excited, so it kind of took over the nervousness. And once I got there, it was all worth it for sure.
I was so excited. Like I said, we were like sisters. We had such a close bond, and whenever I reunited with her, it felt like we weren't even ever separated. I was so happy to see her again.
It was nice. I feel like we definitely had a lot of catching up to after the last time he was here. So getting to see him again and actually getting to spend more time with him and other friends was really nice.
She walks in and I'm like, oh my gosh, hi, and then it's like a big like reuniting moment, we hug, it's great.
I thought I was gonna be nervous and shy when I went over there because I'd never done anything like this before, going to stay with a family that I didn't know, but I actually wasn't at all, and her family was so welcoming and they made me feel so at home. They were just wonderful.
His family was super nice. It was just him and his dad, but they were both super kind and they were very welcoming for me.
So she has two other sisters. They're younger. One was 14 and one was 12. The 14-year-old spoke some English, but the 12-year-old didn't speak a whole lot. But it was really funny because I actually got myself, like I was getting along with the 12-year-old a lot because we would just kind of make facial features at each other over dinner, and we're like, what are you thinking? And it was really funny.
They were really nice, and I think they were kind of shy because they didn't know as much English as Ellie did because they were younger, but we were able to communicate, and everyone was very nice in her family. They were very welcome.
We ended up going to Heidelberg, which is holds ruins of a castle.
And it was really cool because it was connected to like this medieval town.
The castle in Heidelberg was amazing, and we got a tour of that. And then we also got to walk around and explore.
There were so many ice cream places. That place is crazy for ice cream. It was store after store, was just an ice cream parlor, ice cream shop, like whatever you wanted. There was gelato, there was ice cream, there's like gluten-free, like it was crazy.
The food, it took me a little bit to get used to like all the bread that they eat, because it's definitely a lot of bread. You'll see a bakery on pretty much every street corner you go to.
We had this big German dish. It was like these like noodles with this meat sauce, but it was different. It wasn't like spaghetti and meatballs that we have here. It was so good. And they have so many different kinds of like bread. It's crazy. I didn't know there could be that many types of bread.
One of the things that I distinctly remember was it was called currywurst, and it's sausage. I'd never had sausage. I don't know why, but it was good and I liked it. And it did come with bread, and the bread was really good too. 100%, I would advise them to do it, and I would tell them how wonderful all the people were. The food was good, it was really different, but I would tell them that, and it was just overall such a wonderful experience.
I'd probably tell them, because like I said, I was also nervous too, but you gotta think it's probably a once in a lifetime chance that you're gonna get to go here without like having to worry about a bunch of other things that you would when you were older. So I would say for any of my friends that definitely go for it.
The program really gave me a chance to just like get a head start on it, just pick one and go. And having them here was really interesting because I was like, wow, this must be like completely different from where you are. And they're like, actually not really, like we actually do have a lot of things in common. And it was really cool just to see how two people on opposite sides of the world have so much in common. It was really interesting. I love the program. I would definitely recommend anyone to do it if you have a chance. Go while you can.